Good morning, everyone. Today we'd like to start our Sunday service. Please open the prayer book to page 2 for the mediation prayer. Let us seek the sacred mediation of the Yano Sensei, sincerely and wholeheartedly each and every day. We receive the mediation manual with all our heart and soul on this day, this very moment. Yano Sensei-sama, Yano Sensei-sama, Purification prayer. Through the way of mediation, may our sincere apologies be acceptable to you, our divine parent. We acknowledge our mistakes and misunderstandings, arrogance and ignorance of your divine favor. We apologize for all our shortcomings and irreverences from past generations. Guide us to amend our way of living to reflect your divine will, with a pure, joyful, and loving heart, always one with you. Kami prayer. Reverently we pray. The radiance of heaven, the riches of earth, time to love cease, years time to love end. In heaven and earth the light enters all. In heaven and earth the truth records all. For this one was born, for these wonders for us. Let us praise the Yano Kami. Let us praise the divine current of the universe. Kami loves and cares for all humanity. All those who live between heaven and earth. Revere Kami as a divine current. To live in Kami's infinite blessings. This is the way. Yet many not knowing the way are lost in greed and selfishness. They suffer the cycle of misfortunes, greatest harm and sorrow. Our founding father, Buddha, suffered many trials in this world, but held fast to faith and sincerity. Received Kami's great blessings, and they began the life of mutual fulfillment of Kami and humanity. Humbly we pray, the divine current's great wish was fulfilled. Mediation that leads the mutual benefit of Kami and humanity. By the day he taught the way of faith to all who sought him, expounding the blessings of heaven and earth, and he knew not the coming of night. By night he prayed for those who grieve, seeking salvation for all who suffer, and he knew the dawning of day. Though years passed and the world changed, he did not waver from his task, the divine task of mediation. Thus was given the sacred Tenchi Kakisuke, the guiding principle of our daily life. The divine favor was thus renewed, and the blessings flowed universally, establishing the way of eternal prosperity, the way of mediation of Kiyami Kobo Daijin. By this wondrous revelation, we are given knowledge of the way. Throughout all the hardships of this world, through the pain of body and soul, the way of mediation teaches us to turn our hearts to Kami. Without regard for day or night, whether we are near or far, the way of mediation teaches us to pray with total trust. By being aware of divine favor, we offer our sincere apologies and pledge many other ways. Let us live our faith every day, seeking and rejoicing in your divine favor. Let us care for those in need and invite them to the way. Let us guide those who are lost and awaken them to a life of purpose. Kami is within us. We are fulfilled in Kami. May this way of mutual fulfillment be manifested in this world. May Kami's wish for true peace and the well-being of all people be fulfilled. So we pray, so earnestly pray. Recitation of Tenchi Kakisuke. Ikiyami Kongo Daijin Tenchi Kami no Kami Shini Nigai おかげは我が心にあり、今月今日で頼み。Pray sincerely with all your heart, be one with Kami. Kami's blessings begin within, hearts grateful and caring, and harmony and joy. Look to Kami always, now and forever, on this very day pray. 池上金光大臣天地神の神一心に願い、おかげは我が心にあり、今月今日で頼み。Pray sincerely with all your heart, be one with Kami. Kami's blessings begin within, hearts grateful and caring, in harmony and joy. Look to Kami always, now and forever, on this very day pray.
Adoration prayer. We lift our eyes in awe toward heaven soaring above. We lift our eyes in awe toward heaven soaring above. We bow our heads in prayer toward earth which empty. Living amidst such gifts of Kami's great giving, how happy and grateful we are. The mediation of Yano Sensei does not stop for us single day. The protection of the divine parent embraces all far and wide. The blessings of Kami flow without limits through all generations. The ways of Kami are mysterious and wondrous beyond our understanding. Day by day, every day, earnestly and reverently, we praise the virtues of Kami, we honor the power of Kami. Shintokusanji, page 29. Aogi matsureba ten takaku. Aogi matsureba ten takaku. Orogami matsureba shiwa atsushi. Kami no megumi ni ikasaru rumi no saiwai zo arigataki. Waga iki bami no ontori sugi hito himo kakuru toki no naku. Tenchi no kami no onmamori to wo kishikaki no herate nashi kami tsukushimi wa yorozuyo ni amaneku michi de ate shinaku kam hakarai wa kusushiku te hito no omoi zo oyobazaru warera kongetsu konnichi iyabi matsuri te hitasura ni kami no mikane wo tatae matsuran. Kami no hirei o awagimasuran. I'd like to read the Saishi. I'm going to read the Saishi prayer right now. Sorry. Irikami Konko Daishin Sama and Tenchi Kane no Kami-sama, we have gathered here at the Konko Mission of Wahioa for this regular Sunday service in honor and appreciation of your divine workings of the universe. The regular blessings we receive on a daily basis are the greatest blessings we can ask for. Your divine energy exists in all aspects of our life. You live in us humans, in plants and animals, in fishes and birds. Your divine energy existed since the beginning of time. It can never be created nor destroyed. We are surrounded by your workings that continue to provide for us. So we would like to take this very brief moment of our day to say thank you. It has been 82 years since the founding of this church by the late Reverend Haruko Takahashi. Please guide us in her pursuit to continue spreading the teachings of the founder Konko Daijin. She has sincerely dedicated her life to serving people and serving Kami-sama. We thank her for her spirit, which continues to watch over us. We give thanks to strong prayers of the 6th spiritual head, Reverend Hiromichi Konko, who serves at the headquarters currently and prays for the well-being of all people. We also appreciate the Amagi Church and Honolulu Church, which are grandparent and parent church, and the ministers, followers, and supporters of this church. Please continue to guide us in our daily lives and bless every cell in our body from head to toe. At this time, let us take a moment to reflect upon the many things that are happening throughout the world. Let us extend our prayers for the people of the world, our environment, and all living things. In the midst of all that is happening, your blessings still continue, and so today we give thanks for them. Please open the prayer book to page 12 for the Mitama prayer. Spirits of those who have gone before us, you are given the gift of life in this vast and endless universe. You discharge your duties faithfully, keep according to the span of years. You will remember eternally, your life will from generation to generation, honored as the foundation of our society and the roots of our families. Through the mysterious workings of Kami, you enter the Konko faith. You walk the way of Kobayashi, respecting the will of the divine prayer. You amass great merit through the faith to take it to the world beyond and leave to your descendants. Our gratitude follows with your loving favors. We revere you as the ancestors of our homes, O divine spirits. We beseech you to stand by us, each and every one. Receive the favor of Kami and help us fulfill our tasks as people without failing. Protect us, guide us, enrich us, that we may have your loyal faith, that we hand down to all generations, that we may live in peace and prosperity within our homes. Protect us, guide us, enrich us. Saishi prayer. Dear Mitama spirits of the late Reverend Haruko Takahashi, deceased family, friends, spirits of the native Hawaiian people, and beloved house pets that have passed. Good morning to all of you. We have gathered here today for a regular Sunday service in acknowledgement of Kami-sama's blessings and in remembrance of you. We know that you always watch over us and support our well-being and decisions, even more now that you are a Mitama spirit. You are the foundation of our existence, which enables us to be able to enjoy blessings today. If it were not for you, we would not be here where we are right now. We honor your divine spirit and to pray for your eternal happiness and peace. Whether through a butterfly, a dream, or rainbow across the sky, letting us know your presence in these many forms, remind us that your love for us continues. We wish to continue your legacy as an extension of our life and help pass on your core values. And we now take this moment of silence to think about all the other Mitama spirits and their generous love and care for us. Thank you. Silent prayer. for soft claps. Good morning, everyone. I'd like to read the Equal Faith, Our Creed, page 73. The Funko Faith, Our Creed. We believe in Tenchi Kami, the divine God in the universe, our founder, compilation, grace common revelation, and divine mediator, and answer the call to eternal mediation. Our continuing goal from moment to moment is to realize Kami within each of us. We are fulfilled through Kami, and Kami is fulfilled through us. The happiness of everyone is Kami's greatest wish. We give thanks for Kami's blessings, mysterious wonders and mundane. Blessings begin with our own hearts filled with harmony and joy. We pray wholeheartedly to Kami today and every day. Trusting Kami as our loving parent, find peace of mind. We live our faith in service to Kami, each other, and our world. Nurturing and nurtured, mutually fulfilled. We revere those who have gone before us. Spirit one with Kami, caring for us eternally. Respect and appreciate other paths taken by humanity towards spiritual fulfillment. Thank you very much for coming to today's Sunday service. Reverend Edna Yano is not here today, so I was asked to conduct the service. I haven't been performing the services too often. I guess I rely on my sister more often than not to be delivering the sermons and everything. So I really don't worry about it all that much, but I know I was asked, and I kept thinking, I always say the same thing. I always wonder what to talk about. It always ends up with work, because work is where my faith is being tested the most. I believe, because that's actual life. You're dealing with other people. You're dealing with all kinds of situations which basically test you out to see what you decide to do. Recently, I'm at the hospital. We've been super busy to the point where we don't have rooms for the patients. They all end up in the ER. They're sitting in the ER for maybe 24 hours, 36 hours, for several days. And then you can tell that they're getting irritated, because they're in the regular small gurneys. And it's we're paying money for this. We're paying private rooms for staying in the emergency room. You hear them coming out, and it's oh man, I'm so sorry. It's not. It's just that people are getting sick these days, and with all those people that were holding the emergency room, everybody starts to get irritated, and then the staff also starts to get irritated, and then it's everybody just kind of feeds off each other, and after a while, it's just everybody just starts to hate work, and so I've been noticing that quite a bit, where everybody's morale is kind of down, because it's really stressful, and people just start
complaining all the time. When you complain too much, you just kind of develop that mindset, and you want to end up joining then with the complaining. But our founder said, if there's something, if somebody's complaining, I'll allow somebody to just like walk away. I felt Kumpo-sama said that is so that we don't become like them. At work, I try to be as optimistic as possible, no matter what. I try to treat every patient good. I don't try. I treat every patient good, like as if I was treating myself. People say to treat the patients like your family members, but I never say that because some family members don't treat other people good. Most people think about themselves as the most important during the most crucial times. Like a lot of times, it's like most of the times it's gonna be based on myself. So if I was in their seat or if I was in the bed, sick, like how would I want to be treated? Is how I try to look at things. So I always go to the patients. I go in there with a smile, to the best of my ability. No matter how challenging the patient may be, there's always in the hospital. There's always gonna be a really really difficult patient that everyone does not like. There's always gonna be that. We think we lose one patient that's like that. It's like, oh, that patient died. Like we think that that's like, oh my god, we're through that period of having to take care of that one like kind of like nightmare patient. And then after a while, it's like another one comes. And so, like for the past 12 years that I've worked at the hospital, there is no avoiding a challenging person. You're always gonna have a difficult situation, no matter where you go. It doesn't have to be at the hospital. You can have a challenging person at work, and those people will push your buttons and test you out pretty hard. Like they'll make you very mad at times. But despite those times, the attitude that you keep and the attitude you have towards that individual, I feel the stronger your attitude is, the stronger your optimism is. That optimism, that caring feeling will kind of transfer over to the other person. So most of the times, like when I've taken care of those difficult patients or I've had to deal with difficult situations, for the majority of the times they're pretty okay. Like I never really had too much of an issue, and any type of issue I'm like somehow able to resolve. So people go in the patient's room with certain expectations, or people go to see somebody with certain expectations, and once you have that mindset of like this is how they're gonna be, your actions kind of like turn out to become like that, if you get what I mean. Like they're not the best person, but you go in there knowing that they're not the best person, and then you treat them like crap sometimes, or you give them attitude instead of like just being nice to them. So instead of being that, I feel that we should just have a open mind, a clear mind, I guess you could say, and to try to deal with other people the way we want to be dealt with. To try to be nice to other people, to be good to other people, because that attitude will, like I said, transfer over to that person. There was this might sound completely different, but when I was like looking at some YouTube videos, there's like a lot of like the short ones, and I'm like, I look at videos on like how do I become rich, like people say money is evil, but I say lack of money is evil too. The rich people said in order to become rich, you have to hang around rich people. You have to hang around like-minded people. That's how your mindset changes, and that's how you become rich, because you learn off of them, you feed off of their energy. So same with like faith. When you hang around good faith-oriented people, your faith starts to develop a little bit more, and then your whole attitude, your whole lifestyle will become like one that practices faith. So pretty much what I want to say today. To just treat everybody good, try to be optimistic, and to have a clear mind when dealing with even difficult people. Thank you.
Morning, thank you for joining the service. Thank you for David Sensei's speech. I want to share my thoughts about cats. We're going to go on fumigation tomorrow. So, person said you should not keep your cats underneath. They will cancel the program. Oh, and actually, there's so many cats around here. We have one house cat, big cat. That's one, but it can be one of the cats, house cat. But keep outside. When interesting things, animals, cat respond to us, to each individual. When cats see, they run away. It's true. And when cats see David Sensei and Freedom, they come here and meow. It was true. And they watch me, what I do is. So cats are responding to my action, my way of life. And also, it's going to Rico and other family members. Very interesting. They can't be true for the church believers. It's so cruel, but could be true. So people respond to each person. People respond to me, and to David Sensei and other people. So we try to increase the church congregation. We want young people to come over here. Otherwise, there's no future of the church. Not only human beings, any animals, even the trees, they respond to our cares. I water every single day on the plants around here. Almost every single day. Maybe spending about 15 or 20 minutes. Otherwise, a small plants in a pot can die. This is my responsibility, my way of treating animals, the plants. So they respond to me. It doesn't. And even the food we eat, they respond to me. How we treat, how we enjoy. If we thank you for the food I eat, then the food may respond to us, to me. The founder said, food can be poisonous or nutritious, depending on your own heart. If you say something bad about the food you're going to eat, maybe food can respond to you and to your health. It really is interesting. Even the glass of water can be poisonous, can be medicine, depending on your own heart. So this is a very interesting thing. Anyway, actually the founder said, don't be despised even by cats and dogs if you practice faith. But cats and dogs will despise me. They right? And Alex Sensei and so on. It's kind of reflection of my attitude for faith practice. Anyway, I want to share one message of the founder. The founder Konko really Sato Mitsuchi speak in no religion. Everyone is a child of Tenji no Kami-sama. Having different religion is the same as having children in different occupations. A parent may have a carpenter, a plasterer, a gambler, and merchant as his child. People may belong to different religions such as Tendai and Hokkei, but they are all children in Tenji Kami. We all have our personal preferences. For example, some people like soba noodles, while others prefer udon. Do not criticize people's preference. Everyone around the world is a child of Tenji Kami. The world is full of Tenji Kami-sama's blessing. Having this blessing is like not having air to breathe. So without blessing, people cannot live. But even who are holy. For the inside, number 2, Sato Mitsushi, number 14. The founder responded to people's gossiping about other religions in the Shiraway, where the founder was serving. I have been serving at this local community for about 45 years, but I have not witnessed our church members gossip or talk about the religion, other religions. Maybe because of our competition could be too small. I have been involved in the interfaith community with other religious people over 25 years. But I do not hear people talk about other religions. But it would be amazing in witnessing the fundamental diversity of those religions. And maybe they could be the best religion in the world. It is quite unique the way the founder identified with all people who believe in different religions are all children of Tenji Kami-sama. If other religious people hear the message of the founder, Konko Daishin, they would refuse and talk back maybe. But we believe all people are children of Tenji Kami-sama. On the right force, Tenji Kami. Even the food we eat, everyone eat, can be the best of Tenji Kami. And any other God comes up. So, thank you very much. ありがとうございました。
義理僕は来日聖の神に来影が心にあり今月今日であの義理僕は来日聖の神に願い影が心にあり今月今日で頼め。
27 last paragraph Shige
Shigemon, one of Bunji's biological brothers, had been praying to Konjin for some time, not only on Bunji's behalf, but also on behalf of others. Although most people feared the wrath of Konjin, and thus
explicitly
followed the dates and directions, Shigemon's beliefs and faith practice were not that simplistic, although he adhered to the dates and directions. Shigemon also believed that people could come to know Konjin and not be fearful of this deity. Despite losing three of his children and dealing with his own health problems, as well as those of his family, Shigemon was not discouraged and continued to pray to Konjin.
At dusk on October 13, 1857, a messenger from Kamiyama village came to Otani village urgently requesting Bunji's help. The messenger stated that Shigemon had become possessed by Konjin and was losing his mind and seemed uncontrollable. Bunjin left immediately and met Shigemon's family, relatives, and concerned villagers, who had been anxiously waiting his arrival. They were glad Bunji came and pleaded that he listened to whatever Shigemon had to say without talking back and returned him to normal. When Bunji approached the possessed Shigemon, the voice of Konjin said, "Bunji, I am glad you came. I had you brought here because I have a request. Will you fulfill my request?" For Bunji, Konjin's appeal was a direct request, and thus he replied, "I will do whatever I can." Then Konjin explained, "This time Shigemon has no choice but to rebuild his house. There is no one from whom he could borrow even a penny. Konjin requests you take care of the construction costs." When Bunji answered, "I shall do so," the voice of Shigemon said, "With this, Konjin is relieved. Thank you for everyone for your efforts throughout this day. Please return home." For a short time afterwards, Shigemon remained possessed, but then Bunji requested, "Please calm down." Shigemon replied, "I will do so," and leapt toward the altar. He was suddenly released from the possession and immediately fell asleep, remaining asleep for the entire night.
The next day, when Bunji asked, "Do you remember what happened yesterday?" Shigemon answered, "I do not know anything." From Bunji's viewpoint, he had made a promise to Konjin, and thus he told Shigemon, "Well, it cannot be helped if you say you do not remember anything. Have your wife go and apologize to everyone for the trouble you have caused and express thanks for their assistance. Then you can begin the construction." With that, Bunji returned home.
5 days later, despite being in the midst of the busy farming season, Bunji went back to Kamiyama to see how things were going. Shigemon had already started the construction, and since Bunji was also handy, his assistance was useful. Although his arms became sore and swollen after he returned home, Bunji rested only one day and resumed his work in the field, where the pain subsided. Bunji, believing this was a blessing from Konjin, made additional trips to assist with the construction.
About a month later, the construction of the new building was completed. Shigeemon moved in on the 9th and began praying at the altar. As promised, Bunji took care of the construction expenses and even sent sake and money for the ceremony celebrating the completion of the new building.
During this time, Tose was pregnant, and as the months progressed, she started complaining about not feeling well. Bunji visited Shigemon and asked him to offer prayers to Konjin. The following was revealed through Shigemon. Your wife carries wrongful thoughts. She does not want to raise this child. If she changes her mind, she will feel better from today. If she does not, she will suffer ill health. Raise this child, and I will have this one be the last. A surprised Bunji returned home, and he conveyed to Tose what was revealed. She was too surprised, saying she had been concerned about the family's future stability. She confessed, "Since we already had many children, I was thinking of not raising this one, but now I will raise this child," and apologized to Konjin for her wrongful thoughts. Beginning the next day, Tose received blessings. Her condition improved, whereupon she was able to weave and do other work without any difficulty. This was an incident where Bunji clearly felt Konjin's blessing and said from the bottom of his heart, "I am very happy and truly grateful." Bunji came to realize that what he felt was the presence of the same deity Shigemon believed, yet different in an unexplainable way. As a result, Bunji began to use the name Kane no Kami, also referred to as Kami, when referring to this benevolent deity.
With the dawning of the new year, Bunji's faith in variety expressions would develop more fully and deeply. The recipe declared on January 1, 1858, Bunji then 45 visits Kamiyama to offer traditional rice cakes, refusing, and prayers for the new year. On that occasion, he received the following divine instructions to Shigemon. Bunji, you honor Kami greatly by following instructions. Kami explained. You two of you, and when you feel the blessing, the children to clap your hands. Now, wherever you pass any common sign, leave a small, say up your stick by clapping your hands. Kami no Kami with it. All the Kamis know you are my special follower, and will have them answer your prayers. Bunji, you have suffered many misfortunes, but because you believe in Kami no Kami wholeheartedly, you shall not need doctors nor food fears from now on. Pray single-heartedly this Kami for all things. I do not speak these words to anyone. Your wife will be married on the 5th and the 6th or the 7th.
This event symbolized the establishment of a direct spiritual relationship between Bunji and Kami no Kami, and reinforce the steps he had taken thus far in the development of the state. Prior to this, Bunji depended on a third party to have a relationship with Bunji. In addition, the privilege of talking one's hands and the designation as special follower of Kane no Kami were in question. This assured Bunji that he would gain the attention of Kane no Kami as well as a response to his request. Until then, Bunji had refrained from clapping his hands with humbleness, thinking he should not do so recklessly.
On the night of January 17, Kane no Kami has revealed. Tosei gave birth to a girl they named Honoko. There were no complications with birth, despite Tosei having been refused until Sunday. Bunji expressed his gratitude by visiting Kane Yama. After that, he also installed a new goblet in his home to honor Kane no Kami. He continued to pray for her dream and throughout his face all day. It was from this time that he began to experience repeated blessings from Kane no Kami.
Morning おはようございます。ただいまから歌を4つ歌わせていただきます。We're going to sing 4 songs. よろしくお願いいたします。チンチンの栄光から。Page 57.
Amen. heart caught up in doubt and worry. I face my life every morning, wanting to shine, but somehow holding back joy and fear. So within my heart, still I know, even one as small as I can run to something and find a shining, shimmering, brilliant light coming from a path that never ends. Instead of losing hope or fearing what's ahead, let's keep on moving forward with our heads held high. For we are all living in a world that embraces you and me with its love, supported by the prayers of those who care for us. We are never alone in our lives. When I'm down and ready to surrender, when times are hard and it seems so dark, just knowing each day that I'm never on my own gives me strength and courage to try harder. Holding hands with my friends standing by my side, sweet arms together we will walk to the shining, shimmering, brilliant light coming from a path that never ends. Instead of losing hope or fearing what's ahead, let's keep on moving forward with our heads held high. For we are all living in a world that embraces you and me with its love, supported by the prayers of those who care for us. We are never alone in our lives. Instead of losing hope or fearing what's ahead, let's keep on moving forward with our heads held high. For we are all living in a world that embraces you and me with its love, supported by the prayers of those who care for us. We are never alone in our lives. ありがとうございます。
いきなり
金光大神聖書の神真理である明かりが心にあり、今月本日で頼み、一番金光大神聖書の神真理願い、おかげは我が心にあり、今月本日で頼み。
になる。これで終わります。でもこれで終わります。
Well, thank you very much. We're going to conclude the Sunday service today. Thank you very much.